Sitting in the meeting room with a man who looks like you. Someone's coming into the room. Should probably get out soon. Sitting there watching the tide. Oh, that's not the worst.
Yeah, there's no sound. These walls aren't soundproof.
Oh.
Everyone's going to hear them. What are they two doing?
Now this is a story all about how
Me and my friend Ash grew a social media advertising agency to where it is now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
How you doing? So you're hiding.
Well, what's on the to-do list today, Ashley?
Right, doing it.
Oh, what's on the to-do list?
I'm going to write an absolute
What's on
I'll
it?
probably,
What's on the to-do list?
for today,
Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't want to look at it. It's that. I thought you would
That's
have.
what I'm putting up with. This work ethic.
Anyway, back to activist.
We didn't record that. It's off their first meeting of the day with South Thames College. See if, one, I think if we can help out their marketing and business students, maybe teach them what is now the most in-demand skill for brands and marketers, social media advertising.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a blind spot. I did marketing at uni, didn't touch it. I think we did a couple of weeks on social media. This was 7-8 years ago, and sort of a lot of it was theory without any real idea, and as soon as you get into a job you realise you know fuck all. And then also if we can set up, and what we have to do, set up some pathways of taking on any apprentices or work experience students, or doing like a project where we get them to do what we do but for smaller businesses around the local area. So we'll see what they've got to say. Someone had a little accident. Jump to all, let's see them. How's Monday's go, Ashley? How was that?
Busy, but positive as well. We've got another meeting in.
Yeah.
It's a good client as well. One that we had. We did a competition actually. This comes from a competition we did last year. We just reconnected when they want to have a chat. So good stuff.
Yeah.
See, that's what we're all about. Approaching people differently. Cold calling.
We might throw another competition out there. Maybe we ran a competition where, so we've done it for a few of our clients, thought we'd try it for ourselves, and it's around a software called Viper, where the more actions you trigger, the more points you get, the more prizes you win. And we gave away £500 ad spend, 3 months ad management, a load of books, 3 days training, and a pair of AirPods. But we might do something similar again soon.
we're off for a carry.
Cuzza and comedy at one of my old clients, actually, Chit Chat Shy. So yeah, so nice. Yeah.
Oh,
So it's week 3 of recording what we're getting up to. Yeah, we've had quite a few encouraging meetings, not just in terms of clients, but more about how we expand the company and hiring and things like that. New client campaign starts underway this week. That's for a non-profit company. We'll share more details when we can, but it's a non-profit care home, and what we're doing for them is getting more bums in beds. And what we're running for this company for the first month is proving the model works, and proving that although traditionally a care home would target an older demographic and would do it through niche print and other marketing communications, so we can target those people aged probably 40 to 60 with parents who are about to go into care. And although they might not necessarily like to admit it, majority of the day could be scrolling through Facebook and increasingly Instagram. Like, I think it is, in the UK, the fastest growing demographic on Instagram and Snapchat is the over 50s. And just because you typically equate social media with young people, that's just not true anymore. And although different platforms have different demographics and different core niches, everyone is on every platform, and your customer is too. So it's just about using the right blend of social media platforms, the right copywriting, the right persuasiveness, the right landing pages, and the right funnel to convert those people into customers. Equally, with social media now, especially Instagram, are really pushing new ways for non-profits to utilize some of their features to grow awareness and donations to your cause. So although budgets might tend to be tighter or marketing can be seen as an expense, if you're getting more and more people to know about what you do and why you do it, that's going to increase awareness of you as a company, but also the cause itself. And it's going to you can tell your stories to the people most likely to be interested. My grandparents, it was around this time last year, were moving into a care home or self-assisted, semi-assisted care complex. Don't know what the right term is, but it was my mum and her brothers which were doing the information searches, and my grandparents, and I imagine this is the case a lot of times, didn't want to move, even though it was getting a lot harder for them. Eventually my mum, dad, and my mum's brothers convinced them that they probably should look at moving out somewhere, and that's a painful process. But then also the information searching is, because it's quite a labour-intensive decision, you want to know as much around this, and people's information search, that part of the buying process, is done online. And what I noticed throughout is the ones that grandparents were looking at stay, it was none of them had retargeting pixels, none of them were spending on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram, and only a few were spending on Google Ads. And it's just, if you're searching for care homes for insert specific condition or insert specific location, you could be at the top of the funnel for when people are making that decision. And if you're retargeting people, because it's not normally a first website visited, yeah, let's go with that, done, slap them in there, bosh, easy, we'll come round for Sunday dinner, and easy. No, you're opening 12, 11 tabs, you're reading all the information you can. And if instantly they can't find out much about you, you don't have a good source for online reviews, and they're left a bit sort of underwhelmed in that online buying journey, you're done. You've not got them as a customer. Because the more we're retargeting people who've landed on the site once and are in that decision process, because it might take 2 weeks, but it could take a year between when they first start searching for a care home and they're evaluating the decision between becoming and coming into it. And I think that's where could yield great success for us and the client. The other thing that is quite cool is just something completely different. And increasingly we're finding, like, a lot of people tell you to niche down. Find a niche and stick to it and you will serve those customer base. But cool, maybe that's what some agencies do and that's what some businesses do, but it's like, I find it so interesting going in and learning all the ins and outs between and problems different industries have. And I'm finding out things and topics and dealing with people I would never dealt with if I just picked one niche and stuck to it. And so I think that's cool, and I think that's really why I started the company. Was I was interested in what makes businesses work and what the differences were between different size companies, different industries, and I've sort of got Ryan Ash's ideas and hypothesize thoughts on how we can grow businesses, and we're testing and applying it in so many diverse industries rapidly that it's nice to see when it works, but also it's sort of opening our eyes to potential more opportunities and never thought out there. And in 10, 20 years, or no, fuck it, in 3 to 5 years, we'll have worked with hundreds of different companies, hundreds of different industries, and think where is our next step? And identify new opportunities from the best parts of the best people in all those different companies. So yeah, really exciting.
Just on the way to co-working space. It's another great morning here in Putney. Yeah, January's nearly done. It's a bit weird because January's the month that everything's to start, everyone afresh. Those campaigns we kicked off at the start of the month, it's now about refining it and improving it before we kick on again in February. Sometimes we need to change game plans a lot, sometimes we don't need to lift a finger, but there's a lot we need to do on a few campaigns. With clients got new branding. We sort of got a lot out there in the first 3 weeks, and some worked, some didn't work, and we're sort of going to narrow down the intensity of the things that worked well and get a more sort of more different creative ways of dragging people into our funnel. And if we know it converts, we can do sort of clever different entry points, whether it's a marketing specific blog that speaks to a pain point of their ideal customer, or bidding on competitors' brand names and specific terms unique to that market on Google, taking that to a specific landing page and then retargeting with the funnel we've already made. Yeah, again, we're trying to get better at filming more, and maybe need to just plot bits in our diary. We can do things like tutorials, how-tos, answer questions, and asking permission to film meetings ahead of time. Getting a bit quicker at editing. It's rough and ready style, but I think, although it's just me, my basic Premiere Pro skills, and trying to get it done as quick as possible whilst actually running an agency, until we have a dedicated marketing team for us. Yeah, it's going to be a bit rough and ready, but I think maybe in 6 months' time we'll miss that style. Don't want it overly shot because it's more just finding the things we managed to film, cut out all the boring bits and me going or because of heartburn. If anyone could stop me out with a shitload of weddings, that was always too well. Really pleased with how feedback from the vlog at the start. We're not expecting shitloads of views. What we do is a really fucking niche thing to a small group of people, and it's sort of a builder. But the people that have seen it, it's already got us some new leads and inquiries, which is great, like, for not a huge amount of effort, but we'll keep sticking at it and see where it goes. Approaching the end of the week,
It's been a good week. We've got a good meeting next week. Got a bit of standing, got a lot of ads to do.
ads, landing pages,
Admin.
and following up. It's not admin, that makes it sound boring.
I know, it's fun. It's great fun. It is. It's better than a lot of things we've done in the past.
This vlog's basically just turned into a history of you whinging about the job you no longer do.
It's weird when you think the camera's there when you're looking at it, but it's like looking at the phone, the camera's there.
You think you're going cross-eyed? Yeah. What should we get for lunch?
Did you buy them?
No.
Oh, same lesson. I'm on a diet now. No, I'm not on a diet. I'm just being exercising. You'll notice as the more vlogs go on, I'll be like.
You know the one in the meeting here, I realised how, I don't know if it's how I was sitting or my actual belly. It's like proper sticking out. And that very
The camera does lie though.
adds £10. I don't know.
And for wine less as well. Right. Yeah.
That's what we'll say. For the sales promotion, there was going to be a secret password to get a free coffee. Yeah, with a remaining budget.
Yeah.
So it's working out exactly how we do that to make it work. Because you've got the normal funnel, is we've got so to get that up and running by today is we've got that. Find one or make one. 7 days. And hopefully a shitload of ones in there. But that needs to be set up today as well. Yeah, you can, yeah. Set up that one to go back through and convert to forms. And just work out how you want to split the remaining budget between them. I don't mind if we go slightly over for them, but only slightly, and work out how can it be best spread across 7 days. Audiences of that we've already got set up because it's going to be retargeting. Yeah. This one, I think, literally just one audience as broad as possible.
In the West London area.
Like, no, you'd have it close to here.
Yeah. But just
6 kilometres, but then that's it. You might do coffee.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
6 kilometres coffee.
Coffee level, yeah, okay. Just coffee orientated.
Yeah. Costa Starbucks.
Yeah.
Because and it's a deal, isn't it? Video, because it's a story.
Yeah.
And then best performing image. And they are going to retarget the page, because you need to create the audience. People who viewed the page we've guided to, the form page, that haven't converted. Yeah?
Yeah.
So they've done that, but they've not converted into a lead. So they've not seen a thank you page. Yeah? B to B, I, T. So in a perfect world, we'd have it, so we're creating the ads.
Yeah.
On LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, if they've got pixel data, custom audiences, like we did for PFM, we uploaded their CRM list in there. Because might not with them, the backup is we did something simply not an event, we did exactly the same on the West Coast, just targeted at people that had the rights to sell that software. And in a perfect world, we could guide to a lead magnet around those products, so that it's not just going if you can attend this event at this time, but you also get a fuckload of leads already. How do I draw a magnet?
We've had this issue before.
Boom. Then an email nurture sequence, which is driving back to the event ticketing page. How wonky is that, right? No one's gonna fucking be able to read that. Event ticketing page. But you've also got ads going there as well.
Yeah.
So then we're also getting leads of everyone in that industry who might be different to their dream person attending, but they also want to sell 40 tickets. First month, it's all around like these awareness things and pestering everyone in the audience and setting up the email noticing to go back to ticketing page. Then for that last push, you're just retargeting people to keep going back to the page who haven't purchased. But I'd be worried that when we did it for the combat sports ones, because we couldn't work, like we didn't have any information or access to the analytics or conversions or even like tickets sold on O2's ticketing software, AXS. It was just like you going in blind, and then every 2 weeks we got a report saying this many people bought tickets.
But there was no measurement from the, say, the ad report on Facebook saying the person's clicked on the link.
Because we did not
So it's a different section, yeah.
Yeah. So that is completely closed, which is why I think in that thing we sent over, it's just saying to Freddie, reports of if we're doing it,
You need to measure it.
someone like it's better to just have everyone or us or everyone working on the same page to manage it, and we would go with like, so this is in a perfect world you'd have option one, because not only getting people to the event, you're also just getting leads and trust and authority out there early, and you can do other events. So if you've got 60 people signed up, you might know more and you can follow up with them. But option two, which say to me is obviously the simpler, cheaper, faster version, is you're just going like that.
Yeah.
Like literally just going like that and customer.
Yeah.
Or they fill in their details and your sales team gets back to them. But we know that's going to fucking work a lot more. So that one, go off stories for it. But that one I'll be looking at like that. Because that's also setting up the email campaign, setting up, creating a lead magnet. Okay, I think of. Service fees.
Cool.
Sweet.
Sounds good.
We'll get that up today.
Maybe not.
Boom.
Today.
Why would a company that's crowdfunding be a good fit for us, Ashley?
Multiple things really. First of all, for their crowdfunding, if they're looking for people to invest, they could set up ads specifically set to people that are looking to invest, or crowdfunders, or people that follow like CrowdCube, seeders. So that's a good way in terms of gaining more traction into their investment. But also if they want to build their whatever they have, like for example like a product, and if they're looking to obviously, for example, investors need to see there's some kind of proof that people are interested, so they could set ads specifically for people that would buy the product itself. You got anything else, Greener?
Another way would be that if you're going for a crowdfunding campaign, you're going to have a lot of eyes and attention on you right at that moment. So a lot of people on CrowdCube don't have their pixel set up for their website, and not only are you attracting potential investors for those campaigns, you want customers. And so for everyone that's crowdfunding, make sure you've got your Facebook pixel up and running on your website, because everyone checking you out regarding funding or potentially buying the product can be retargeted once you've got that marketing budget from the crowdfunding, because we know a lot of businesses that are crowdfunding is to scale up in some way. Most of the serious ones now, it's not a Kickstarter to build your prototype. It's you've proved it, you've got the idea, and you need to scale up either your marketing operations. If you need to scale up your marketing, you might as well use a form of advertising and marketing that you can literally scale up and measure to the penny. But like Ash said, it makes sense if you're trying your fucking hardest to engage crowdfunders. You could advertise, say you're crowdfunding for your popcorn company, Pop and Hop. You could advertise to people who have crowdfunded in the last 12 months and are browsing Crowdcube, Seeders, all those ones, who also fucking love popcorn. And make
You
it
enthusiastically saying like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
What are they swiping up to?
Oh, sorry, I thought swipe up to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Or what?
Or I'll send you a nice friendly email, and then keep sending you an email and another email. Just like and subscribe.
There we go.
What's your thoughts on Love Island, actually?
Not been watching it that much.
No, just I think Love Island, they should just do one year, not two. No, yeah, just like I'm not really interested. Why I'm watching it, I like, but I mean it's not.
Straight, you can trust us. We're your friendly
But
neighbourhood
also,
marketing
there's one
agency
thing
that
that Love Island haven't done yet, and they haven't put a bald man in there. It is fact though. I'm just saying.
ITV2 execs, producers, and found your man here. The first 40-year-old man to enter the villa. Tonight on Love Island, we've got a new entry, a bombshell. Welcome, Ash Holloway. His hobbies include whinging and eating roast dinners. Tonight on Love Island, Ashley punches three members of the three other islanders for chatting shit. What's nice is when you start a new What's nice is when you launch a new client campaign this morning, and literally as we're going to check on it, already qualified leads in. So, well done, Ashley. That's warm, qualified leads. Not what you often find with Facebook.
Go back to what I'm on about in that video I did at home about quality leads. No.
And because often people who might set up Facebook lead ads, they'll use the Facebook lead forms, which are great. You can give you loads of leads, but they're often shit quality and not the people you're going after. So for this specific one, pretty happy with the lead already before we checked it, but we'll keep an eye on top, and then if we're still generating leads for less than £10, still amazing results compared to what the client was doing before.
Yes, mate. Lots of stuff going on. What's happened this week?
No, what has?
Huh? Just rescheduling one meeting because they can't do it.
Because I'm having a few days off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we do lose that client, he's the fucking blame.
So there's a bloke clocking out early. See you later.
Oh, that's fine. Past my bedtime.